And now it works. Okay. All right. So yeah, those keep your hands from going up. And I I made this for myself since I have my pinky likes to fly away, especially on my left hand.
Yeah.
This is just a G sharp minor arpeggiation, which is great because then when you have a whole bunch of these, like I have a set of 8, but they're all in tune with each other, so no one can hit a wrong note, which is nice. 'Cause we're not focused. We're not worried about like hitting the right thing, amongst other notes.
Yeah.
I'm just having the people aim for the broad side of the barn there at this cat. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you drumming for real. All right, match grip for now, and yeah, feel what that does. See. Just do a few strokes with your right hand. Yeah, this is a. Just get rid of those for now.
Yeah.
You get the concept. You're not like a 7-year-old that like has to be held down.
Yeah.
Like the concept, you can just keep yourself in check. Okay. Let's see what happens. Actually, if I tie it.
Is it rope or rubber band?
It's just a crappy old rubber band that's falling apart on me. Okay. Let's see what happens. So, all right. No over explanation. No over explaining things. Just do it. All right. Come to this position. Thumbs. Yeah. Keep that closed. Keep that. Just do what you're supposed to do. And now do double stops. Nice and big. Okay, now, if my elbows are in, then I'm more likely to be thumbs on top. There it went. But if I shoot out my elbows a little bit, if I open up this space and pretend like you got a little pillow under there, then if I don't do this at all, and if I just come to normal position, and if all I do is just do this, now my wrist is turned. So I don't have to do this. I can just, wherever my arm rests, it turns naturally. Like if I just raised my arm, I'm not gonna come to this relaxed position nor this in a relaxed position. I'm just gonna come to this. So if I turn our elbow out, then that functions, that turns it out. Elbows out. And have both of those things hit right next to each other on that cat. Try elbows out even more, like really exaggerate it. See what that feels like. Just be stupid about it.
Can't really raise my elbows further than this.
Yeah, well, not that you would want to. Now go back down a little bit. Yeah, you're a big dude. You're a little tall for this setup. Yeah. If I raise the height on you, okay, hit that. Yeah. Now, and the further up I go, the more your elbows have to jut out. And now go thumbs on top position. Yeah. Now, no, you don't even want to do that. Now turn your that's what you want to do naturally. Because it's basically when you have your student, you say, that, you know, the thumbs are going to be on top. So if you raise the level on them, then this becomes uncomfortable. So what you try to do is, if your student is doing something naturally and it's a bad habit, just try to make it uncomfortable for them to continue that. And in this case, you just raise the level to go from this to this, because no kid would naturally do this. If the play position was way up here, they turn over. Hands a little further apart. There we go. Okay, now come up to here. Fan out your elbows a little bit more. In fact, I'll get away from you slightly so we have a little bit more space. All right, elbows out. Now, you can practice this all day long, but now come to halfway, and the whole time you're in the position of this, so you just scoot back from here and do that exercise, and then you scoot forward and do that exercise, and then you scoot even forward even more, and now you're back to playing position. So go to halfway, and now also hit this at the same time so you're basically just doing a double stop with the back of the stick and the front of the stick. And now go to playing position, and now just do regular hits. So you can see the graduation from this, to this, and why that is. I'm building. In fact, this is the base piece that I'm going to use for the thingamajig that can go on this table, where I'm going to have a plank and a plank, or a wall and a wall and a wall and a wall, and so there's a trough for the stick to go into, and so it'll go straight up and down. So that isn't invented yet. I haven't fabricated that yet. So if it was fabricated, we'd totally be using it.
I completely forget these things are Velcro.
Yeah, I forgot they were Velcro today too. When I was teaching the fourth graders, got them stuck together. Okay. Now let's do presses. And for this, we'll start off with fingers totally wrapped around and just like a death grip on this thing, and no fingers at all, just wrist. But press into it. More force. Higher. As high as I'm doing it. Let's go a little slower, so we can come up really high. Yeah, you're still wanting to come this way. Bad habits die hard.
Yeah.
Well, you're just never taught anything, so this is what happens. Now, okay, for the rest of your life, until you die, don't ever do anything wrong, ever. Don't screw anything up, ever. Now, the balance of that, of course, it sounds unreasonable to say, don't screw anything up ever, right? But here's the balance. Here's how it's possible to never screw anything up. All you gotta do is just do it slowly. Even if I'm teaching you paradiddles, and you don't know what that pattern is, and you're just now thumbing it out for the first time, if it takes you this long to do it, okay, this hand, all right, now, okay, it's the next hand, all right, and now I did a single, and then a single, and now the next one, after the one that I just hit here, which is the second one, even if you have to like go into this extreme thinking about it, just to make sure that you don't screw it up. Even if 1 minute later, 1 minute later, 1 minute later, 1 minute later, I don't care. But I didn't screw it up. I got it right. And I got it right the first time. And I allowed myself to get it right the first time by being patient. And by listening to the instructions and, paying attention to what the instructions are and reading the sheet music. Oh, it says right, left, R, L, R, R. And then just taking it that slowly. So just don't do anything wrong. Don't screw anything up ever again. Just do it right, but you get to take it as slow as you need to go. That's the balance. Okay. Presses nice and slow, nice and tall. And really like push into the center of that bar. And no fingers on this one. Now a little bit faster and a little bit and you should start to feel a burn relatively soon. And this can be treated as a workout. And then, because if you can do a press, then you are getting this down. You're doing a stroke, but you're thinking down. And so I had the fourth graders do that today, where I was teaching them this big, small, 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 big, small, small, small. But of course, all of them are doing this. Their rebound is just going kicking out. And to be fair, I haven't taught them about this. That's pretty advanced, but they managed to. They managed to kind of get a audio difference, a decibel difference. But they get the concept, which is really all I care about, not their technique for now. And so I had them do this. And so after that press, guess where the stick is? It's right there. It's down at the playing level of where it's going to be next, as opposed to their rebound being way up here and prepping for a big note way up here. So the presses can be like a literal like muscle strengthening thing, and it really focuses on the down, and then also staying down for the sake of this. Okay. Double stops. Okay, I'm gonna mimic you. Okay, watch this. From this to this. Like, have there be I don't know. I don't have a good metaphor for now, but this is open. This is very much poised to, in fact, do some double stops and okay. Resist against this. I'm going to push in, but push out on me. Now do some double stops. Push out even more. Yeah. Make sure that this is up. And it's all in alignment. So this, and the reason why we do this, right, is so that this can be a straight line. So, yeah, and so we're just going from this to this, and while we're playing, that is still a straight line. So that's the idea. And so the further out you come, the further your arm comes out, then the more this can be in a line. We'll get to that. Okay, Now with just your right hand, left stick down. You're right-handed, right?
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay, good. Now. Okay. Let's do that now. So just do this at the fulcrum, and then send this thing down, but have it fly right back at you. Like really send it down really fast. Yes, and now it bounces up on its own. There was no muscles at all involved in lifting that thing. Just like a basketball. You're not like getting under the basketball and lifting the basketball. You're just throwing it down and it's coming back up on its own. Same idea. So back to the double stops and dribble these things. Nice and big. Yeah, not this. Really turn here. Bam. That's where your power is. That's where the full range of motion can be. Because in this position, I can come all the way back to here. Versus if I'm playing in a thumbs up position, I only have to come back to here. This versus this. And even my hand is open, but still I can only get 90 degrees up in the air. You know, maybe if I really open my hand, it'll come further, but nothing beats this with the thumb on the side. Play on the ends. Come towards the center. Ah, yes. So about a stick length, you know, with you in particular, about a stick length between your hands. And then all the self-taught people in the world who are doing the thumbs up, they got no distance between their hands. Their hands are touching. Right? Oh, check this out. These. That's a little bit too loud. Oh, yeah. Try it. Let's do no fulcrum. Just come here. Do the same thing. Okay. Now go back to fulcrum and do a few hits. Now go back to the fingers. So what this does, if we just stop thinking about the thumb and the finger here, and then just put the control the stick with our these are our controlling fingers. This is where we hang on to the stick. This is where we control the stick. Hang on, control. So if we just do it with our control fingers, then we really come to an understanding as to what the fingers are doing here. Let's do a few of those. Try this. Sure, with the left hand, just you can even do this and grab this, and have this round be just a finger thing. My wrist isn't a part of the equation at all. I'm simply just doing this, and so there's none of this. Although the wrist is, of course, a part of it. But we're only doing one part of the stroke for now. Let's do that. just have it be a finger thing, and where it's truly balanced too. And you're too choked up on the stick. Choke back a little further. Yeah, because your fulcrum is going to be, your new fulcrum is here. It's the same spot. And that your fingers are going to stay with it the whole time. That there's not gonna be any of this. You're staying with it the whole time. See under my hand there? That my fingers are just with it the whole time instead of this. None of this back and forth stuff. That you're just with it. Take the other stick away. Just do it simple. Yeah, your stick isn't with it. Throw it down fast enough. The idea is to throw it down with enough force that it comes back up and then takes your fingers with it. It's almost as if your hand is like just default closed, like as if you always have pressure, like it just wants to spring back to the closed position. And so when we stick our fingers in there, or stick the stick in there, it just takes, think about it as the back of the stick taking the fingers with it. Because there's such an amount of force, and the rebound wants to go, therefore the back of the stick is just launching forward and up and taking our fingers with it. Think about throwing it down so fast that the stick is doing all the work for you, and have it stay with your fingers. Okay, now, good. Yeah, now do that with just the control fingers. Good. That's evidence that it was truly bouncing. Yes. Now just get a quicker pace going on. In fact, just do this. All fingers gone, except for the fulcrum here, and you're hooking it with your ring finger, your middle finger only. Yeah. Now you're too close to you're hitting the back of the stick against your body, which means that's evidence that you're way too close. You get your elbow out there. So we're here, and then we're just yeah. So, in fact, you could just have. In fact, just try this. Just an open hand. Oh, that's what I can do. Okay. Good. It's truly bouncing. You're not hanging on to it. So that's evidence of the good. Yeah. With just, this one's a little bit more finicky, but good, I'm doing it right as well. Except we're kind of losing all of our strength here. So I guess slower hits would do it better. Wow, okay. I've never done this before. I've never thought to do this. This is what's cool about teaching, is that per student, the teacher has to approach it differently, so inevitably the teacher thinks of different ways of doing things, which then benefits the teacher in the teacher's own learning. And then the teacher's own learning in how to teach better to maybe other similar students in the future. Okay. Now do in between here, and now just do a ring finger thing at the fulcrum. Yep. And now just do a pinky thing.
That is really weird.
Yes, but you can see why we're doing it.
I'll have a very strong pinky by the end of this.
Good. Hold at the fulcrum. Yeah. You have a new fulcrum, so just position it right. And have it be a true bounce, a true dribble. My wrist isn't a part of this at all. This is just pinky, 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 pinky.
I don't have that strong of a pinky, so I can
You don't need strength in this at all. You just need to build. I'm not using any strength for doing this at all. I'm just, if you have the strength to just hold it there, then you have as much strength as you need to do this. And now just do no wrist, but just the bounce from the pinky. It is weird. I think it's weird as well. But it is definitely necessary. And then you can come to both these fingers, and then these 3 fingers all together, and then all 4 fingers together, and now you're rocking. So this week, teach that to your student. Have your student do all the various fingers, and then have them all work in concert, all 3 together. Yeah, and again, we're not drummers don't control the front of the stick. We're not thinking about the front of the stick going down. We're thinking about the back of the stick going up. Therefore, the front of the stick going down, which then brings into focus what needs to happen back here. Drumming happens down here. Okay, work on that. Also, teach a student this. So, you ever heard of the push-pull technique?
Not really.
The answer is no. Not really means no. Because if you did know, you'd be like, oh yeah.
I've heard of it in like woodshop, but not in drumming.
Oh. Push-pull in woodshop?
Yeah, like you push it and you cut, but then you drag, like you pull back on the saw, but at an angle so you still slightly cut.
Oh, okay. Well, in the push-pull world, in the drumming world, the push-pull means this. So this is what I'm doing. This is why it's called push-pull. So I'm basically push. I'm like, it's not really a great term. There's better language to describe this, but it works. So I'm pushing the stick forward, but then it's kicking out, and then I pull it toward me. Push, pull, push. And so do this, and now do another stroke. Yeah. So I'm exaggerating big time with the arm, but yeah. Yeah, and really allow the back of the stick to take the fingers outward. Yeah, your hand isn't opening. You are not opening your hand. The stick is opening your hand. Now, not 1, 2, but rather it stays down and then it goes back up. Stays down, this kicks forward, then no, look at my hand only. My hand stays down like it just stops there. And there's no wrist in this, and at least in this exaggerated example, there's no wrist. It's just a pulling with the fingers. and I'm really thinking about snapping it back up. Hit this right here. This, I need a better table. This is in the way. Yes. Okay. And just for the sake of really blasting the concept in your mind, start way up here, and then like really high to really low, and staying low, and then back up to high. Yeah, there it is. Yes. Yes. There it is. Yes. And then that can turn into or I'm galloping it there in a triplet form. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I guess the push-pull term becomes a little bit more evident when you're kicking it up to speed. You can see how this could be called push-pull, push-pull. But the easiest way to do this is just to gallop it at first, once, or so if you can do this, then you can just go nuts on anything, on any surface, whether it's bouncy or mush. Here we go. To be able to stick it, to be able to stick things out, as opposed to bouncing them out. So, if you play, let's just play on this edge again. Okay. Do it on that. And so in this case where we don't have this giving us a rebound, so we can, there's still a bit, there's still, yeah, with enough force, it's totally coming back still, but it's not as much. And so if you can get this down and have the hand be coordinated to do this, then try that. Yeah, just reach over here. Just give me some doubles. Blah, blah, blah. Doubles. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, bugga, 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 bugga. Now go do it as fast as you can. Yeah, this is definitely going to help you.
Yeah.
Because when I'm doing it, look under my hands here when I'm doing this. Look there. My hand is staying, my fingers are with it the whole time. There's none of this back and forth. And then when you can muscle things out like that, then when you put it on a drum, and even if that drum is more bouncy, or say like a tom, tom, to go from on the snare drum, totally different world than trying to do the same on a tom. It's just like a bunch of fluff. So actually on a drum set, you damn well better be able to play at all sorts on, anything on any given surface, even the low tom, to do that on the low tom, it's just not going to happen unless, that's just going to sound like garbage, but you can play a little bit slower. It's basically playing on this is the same as playing on a low tom, and to be able to do doubles on a low tom, no one would do doubles on a low tom anyway, but but to do that will definitely bolster your ability to play on everything else. If you can do this on low tom, you can do it on anything. Low tom is analogous to the, or this is analogous to the flabbiness of a low tom. And so I'm, as we say, we're pulling the diddles out. We're pulling the doubles out. We're really having to just like do every motion ourselves, as opposed to when we have something bouncy. I'm not going 1 2 1 2. I'm just going once. So 2 to 1. Here's a 1 to 1 ratio. One movement, one hit. 1 to 1 ratio. One movement, 2 hits. And now I am at that slow speed. I am kind of going just 1 2. So I'm doing 2 different actions. So I have to go a little faster. Now that's true bounce. There's no amount of effort that I'm putting in to get that second one, other than just pinching a little harder and keeping it down. Those are bounces. But now these are sticked. And I can, yeah, like, okay, these are bounced, truly, no control. But I can have that be way cleaner if I stick it out. As opposed to this again. You hear the difference, big difference. So the ability to do this will get you rocking on the minutia in the hand that needs to take place in order to pull everything out. Oh, and work on this too. And this little groove, this little pattern we can do you can apply the push-pull to, and you'll see it'll be obvious. Watch. So instead of 1 2 3 4 right right left left, we're going to invert that. Right left left right right left left right right. So instead of going big small, we're going small big, small big. See what I'm doing?
Wait.
So right, left, left immediately.
Wait. Ah.
Don't screw it up. Take it as slow as you need to go to.
Right.
Listen to the concept first. Right, left, left. Do that first. Yeah. Right, left, right, right. Yeah. 1 2 3 4 1. Yeah, and then it just keeps on going. Bop, bop, boom, bop, bop. So say 1 2 3 4 as you do it. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. And do this. Big small big small or big small big small. And then right left left. Okay, let's do this. So I'm just doing 2 notes. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Small first, then big. That'll change your whole world right there.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It is a little weird, but that weirdness turns drummers into great drummers. Here's my beat. I'm doing the push-pull, except, okay, and it's microscopic. It's we're doing this one nice and big for the sake of just getting the concept visualized. But when I'm doing this, one, two, three, four. And you can see in the effort that it's taking me to do that. That everything now becomes so deliberate instead of just like an afterthought, which bounces or can very much be very much can be neglected, but you have to put all of your attention into let's do it like this. And it's fine. Okay, so do this week work on presses in double stop form, choom, 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 and then separately do presses with fingers, and then also wrists. This versus this, and then with the wrist, just hang on tight with the fingers, and then and then push, pull. Push, pull, push, pull, and the person you teach it to this week, really start them off big, and make sure that you tell them to keep their hand down upon that first one, but that this is truly flung, and they're not going to be able to even approach this if they're not doing this first. Like, get them to just truly understand that. Get them to have the stick fly out of their hand. Like have them just attack it so hard, and that this is so foreign to them that the stick just actually does go flying. And that's a good measure that they're on their way towards a true bounce, letting it truly do the work for them, and that the back of the stick is taking the. Your fingers are deliberately moving, but with all that weight behind it, it's like it's just so easy. So the hand opens, but it's being taken open, so it's a little bit of both. That weight, that momentum is going down. It's in that, and it's snapping the fingers forward, but you're still like. You're allowing this, you have to let go enough to allow the fingers to be taken. So it's this really interesting balance of controlling and also letting go, controlling and letting go, and having, just this kind of stuff, and where the idea of having things truly be segregated and separated in the mind, and that I flex, I'm flexing down, but then I let go, and that the hand needs to be strong. That's what needs to happen. Get yourself some. Oh, here we go. Get yourself some. Do you have any grip strength?
No, I don't.
Okay, get 2 of those. Grip strength. Grip strength, 2, get 2 of them. Get your hand strong. Drumming will, the direction that we're going has no chance. Like where we're going, you'll never get there without strong hands. Now, of course, your hands are getting stronger the more you do this, but to like really work on it, and you can even do like not even just the full thing. You stick it in there, and you could even do like stick it between here and your thumb, just squeeze down on the thumb, because that clamping power, like an alligator bite, is, scientists think that it might be the greatest, like, how do you say it, like greatest pressure per, pound of the animal itself. Like obviously a hippo is going to have way stronger of a bite, but not relative to its size. Like relative to its size, an alligator has like the most downward force, and you're never getting your hand out of an alligator's mouth if he's down on you. So your thumb is down on that stick. Did we do the finger thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do that with your student too. Like pinch their finger. Look, my thumb is off the stick and grab as hard as I can, and I'll squeeze down. And yeah, do that. And then grip strength. Oh, push, pull. Presses, fingers, wrists. Yeah. Push, grip strength. What else did we just do? Oh, and then. Oh, okay. So for the push pull, just do the gallop. We'll call it gallop in 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. And really break that down, right? Just take it as slow as you need to go to get it right the first time. Up here, and then. So you could break that down in this stroke, 1, and then you could separately just start here and then do this. In fact, try that. Just start here and just do the second of the inverted strokes. Nope. Oh, there it was. Yes.
We keep forgetting to put more power into it.
Oh yeah. If we're drummers are stick dribblers, and if we don't have enough power to dribble, then we ain't drumming. Then we ain't stick dribbling, which means that we ain't drumming. Yeah, there has to be. Yeah, work this week also with Leslie and have her like. Just take her to some alleyway and just get some baseball bats and just crush, just beat the hell out of some trash cans or something. Put some hearing protection on and just go clobber something to get her to not be so damn shy.
Yeah, I've been trying to work with her on that just in general since last year as well. Kind of sucks with the whole several-month break of summer, but...
Summer is where drummers get good.
Yeah, it's also where most trash cans get the crap beaten out of them.
Yes, just this summer do as many hooligan things as possible, minus your illegalities.
Hey, it's no longer illegal now.
To smash trash cans or
Jaywalk.
Now quit being such a goober about it with your arm. Just really just let the stick do all the work. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, you understand. You understand what to work on. And you'll know that you're getting better at it because it'll just feel better. It'll just, you know you're doing it right when the thought is, oh, it seems like the stick is doing all the work for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not putting any effort into it at all. The stick is just doing it. The stick is telling me what to do. Like, hey, pick me up, and it's like a kid out in the field, like, swing me around, like, pick me up and do things. Like, the parent throws the kid up in the air, and the kid therefore goes up in the air. So the kid wouldn't be able to go up in the air if the parent wasn't there to throw him. So yes, we have to hang on to this thing, and we have to do our parent job of throwing the kid in the air. But at the end of the day, it's the kid that's going in the air. The action, the resulting action is the kid going in the air. So the actionable thing is the stick. Have the stick do all the work for you. Oh, that's right. Inverted doubles. So let's do this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. See how I'm doing this? I did all of the note heads first,
Yeah.
and then all the stems second. Not like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, because then your notation is gonna look like garbage.
Yeah, I do that when I'm writing cadences.
Writing what? Oh, cadences.
Yeah.
Good.
We drumline lost a bunch of our cadences, so I'm like, hey, I have a ton of sheet music paper, so I'm just gonna write them.
Left, left, right, and then that repeats. Yeah, inverted diddles, inverted doubles. Do that one again. Right, left. Don't screw it up. Slower. Don't make any mistakes. Yes. See? You just take it slow. If you're just patient, then you get it right. And here's why. You tell me why. Why never do anything wrong?
Because if you do it wrong so many times, it becomes a muscle memory.
Now you're just learning things wrong. And the biggest tragedy of all is that when you learn something wrong, you have to then unlearn it, which takes an unfathomable amount more effort and time to then unlearn something and then learn it correctly and then get yourself to this right spot, as opposed to just going straight to the right spot from the get. No doing things wrong. And if you don't know how to do something, then don't do it. Like, go learn how to do it and be shown, or go watch some YouTube videos. And this is all blatantly obvious, but in the year 2024 here, where half of America is addicted to video games and instant gratification. Now, I want it now. Just American consumerism now.
Yeah.
Like, these 5-year-old, these 5th graders that just, I want a drum, and they know what they are trying. They can see in their mind what they want to do, but they're just no patience. Not even a thought of like, oh, maybe this could be something I could be taught, and I could take it slow and do things deliberately and break it down and do it right. I'm not being fair to the average 5th grader, but there's some truth in it.
Yeah. So,
patience. And what's super nice is that the art and craft of anything, regardless of drumming, the art and craft of martial arts, which is a striking art. This is a striking art, we could say. Conflate it with martial arts, which is kind of fun. Underwater basket weaving, just anything. How did I start that sentence? Oh, that the art and craft of doing anything is you're not learning drums to become a drummer. You're learning drums. You're learning how to do something, regardless of what it is. You just so happen to choose drums. Some people choose underwater basket weaving. But the idea is to do a practice of something, because through that practice, then we learn about discipline. Then we learn about patience and all the virtues, all 7 of them, which are then just good for humaning. So you're learning how to human through sticks and bing bongs and rights and lefts, and this is a practice that you do. So to be a practitioner in anything is a practice of patience, diligence, focus, uh, uh, how nicely you talk to yourself, like negative self-talk versus positive self-talk. Like I used to do this. Oh, come on. Like I used to say come on to myself, and I was being impatient with myself. Now the whole idea is to talk to yourself as if you were talking to your best friend. Or a teacher talking to the student. Like I wouldn't say, "Oh, come on." I wouldn't like I'm going to get all
Yeah.
pissed at you. So I'm not going to get pissed at myself.
Yeah.
That's just good humaning again,
Yeah.
right? You're learning how to human through sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So patience, breathing, going to bed early, not being sleep deprived. I was sleep deprived my entire childhood, which is why I'm only 5'8". I think I should be at least 6'6". But since I was so sleep deprived, I didn't grow because we only grow when we sleep,
Yeah.
apparently. I'm no scientist.
Yeah. I don't know how I got to be so tall because I never sleep.
Well, it's just in your genes.
How did I get tall? They don't answer. Great.
So, go to bed. Do you ever do homework till 1 in the morning?
No, because I do it during class and then I take a nap.
Is the quality of your work any good?
Yeah, surprisingly good.
Yeah, well, you're just naturally intelligent, so you should be taking harder classes. You're not challenging yourself enough if you're getting your homework done, in a mere 13 minutes.
It's,
Unless you're just some savant, then
Yeah.
more power to you.
yeah, it's also because my teacher, they spend like 15 minutes on one class or on one question, and then once I understand it, I go into the next, figure it out, then like 98% of the time I get it correct.
Yeah, well, natural intelligence goes a long way, of course. What was my point? Bring that up. Oh, well, if you're getting your homework done in that amount of time, then clearly you're being under-challenged. Because the things that are going to really grow the brain are the things that you have to like sit with and toil over and blood, sweat, and tears over some equation. That's where the real intellect grows. And so we'll just safely assume that your IQ is probably above average, but that doesn't mean anything, because it doesn't matter if you're smarter than other people. It just matters that you get smarter that you're smarter than yourself the day before, and the day before, and the day before, right? So personal growth, not like contextual growth, like, oh, well, I'm so the smartest guy in the class, I'm the biggest fish in the pond. No, well, if you're the biggest fish in the pond, then you go find another pond where there are way bigger fish, which is what college is all about, right? But when you go to college, you're going to have so much fun in college. High school blows relative next to college on like how much your peers, like like the average intellect, you're gonna be around a much larger pool of folks with above average IQs. Because right now you're in high school. Right now, no one goes to a high school, especially a public school, because they're especially smart. No, that's when people go to college. People have to, audition to be in college. Audition. What's the? They have to apply. Which is essentially an audition. Not everyone gets into college because they're taking the cream of the crop. But where in high school that they're just collecting, they're just funneling in the children that live around the building, which is no one's there for any special reason whatsoever. So when you go to college, the average IQ around you is going to go up, which is going to be very satisfying because it's existentially murder for an intelligent person to be around a bunch of idiots. It's like I see red when I'm. It's going to give me an early grave. I need to be a little bit more forgiving of people who are just dumb because they're just dumb. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it. So, but what my intolerance can do is just get me into a place where I'm not having to even deal with them. Like similar to my new rule in life, where I don't do business with any business that I can't call. And like the difference between being able to call someone and not being able to call someone is like the difference between talking to someone intelligent and someone talking to like blooming idiot.
Yeah.
It's just night and day difference. So look forward to college. Are you junior or senior?
I'm a sophomore.
What?
Yep. I get that reaction a lot.
How old are you?
15.
Oh.
Born in 2008.
But Jim told me you were 17.
I get that a lot too.
Well, your hair, your lack of a deliberate hairdo takes you down a few pegs in age. You're a teenager. This is what teenagers' hair is supposed to look like.
It's not supposed to be like fancy comb over. It's just like, yeah, it's on my head. Good enough.
Yeah, well, also keep in mind that that as you progress in your endeavor to human, in your learnings of how to human, you will learn how to,
Do hair.
you'll learn how to not look like an afterthought teenager. You'll grow out of it and you'll realize like, oh, maybe I should do something with my hair. But, for now, just focus on your homework and just don't just work on what's necessary. And so, if you were some monk on a hill praying all day or practicing drums all day, your beard and your hair is just going to go to hell because you're in true isolation. Although most people are not monks on a hill, and we are contextual creatures, and so we do have to look at each other, and we do judge each other based on what we look like and what we put on, what we wear each day. I call it our social class uniform. We know a cop is a cop because a cop is wearing a cop's uniform. We know a meth addict because a meth addict puts on what meth addicts put on their body. And their lack of hair and their lack of teeth. And, we can just see that they're a meth addict. And so it's their social class uniform. In sociability, their class is meth addict. And so people who wear uniforms, military, police, doctors, lawyers, a lawyer wears a uniform, suit and tie, that's their uniform. This is, teenager uniform.
Yeah.
And so everyone knows you're a teenager because you're dressed like one. Now, if you cut 2/3 of your hair, and you know, if you went and got like a makeover, like if you went and sat with like Tom Cruise's like stylist, you would instantly look 22 years old. Instantly. Now, because you were just so happen to be taller than the average 15-year-old for now, the average 15-year-old could maybe pull looking like they're 15 to maybe 18, but you know, with your stature already, and you know, you've got strong features already, if you cleaned yourself up, you could easily look 22. You agree? Yes, clearly. So, yeah, social class uniform. Think about it. Because when we're on the savannah, out in lion territory and hyena territory and things that are going to kill us and eat us territory, it behooves us to look around and to see, and like, oh, I see a big cat running this way. Oh, I should probably do something. I should make a judgment. I should do an action based on what I see. What I assess the situation is, I'm now going to act. And so I am judging that thing coming my way. Oh, we shouldn't judge. We should. We should definitely judge. Oh, well, maybe it's a cute kitty. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. No, you should definitely stereotype the bejesus out of that situation and act accordingly to common sense. You're going to, you know.
Not run towards the big cat trying
Yeah,
to
if you have an opportunity to like jump into a river and like swim, you're probably going to swim way faster than a tiger or a lion, right? Otherwise, or if you have a hole to like jump into that the girth of the lion can't get into, then that's your only chance. But we should definitely judge that situation. And so humans operate on, we're constantly saying yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, based on, you know, the sensations we're experiencing, sight, sound, taste. And so we humans and all creatures with eyeballs judge everything visually. So we are what we eat. We've heard that one. And we are absolutely what we look like. Yep. Because we could dress you up as a meth addict, and we could dress you up as a, you know, James Bond bow tie guy. And the way people will perceive you will just be, and the way people will treat you, their actions, based on, you know, if you look like a meth addict, their actions are going to give you a wide berth and just have nothing to do with you. If you look like James Bond, then, oh, this guy looks like he's put together. Maybe it would be interesting to have a conversation with them. People are not going to circumnavigate you and avoid you. So we are what we look like, and what we put on our bodies is our social class uniform. This is the social class uniform of a drum teacher. And people know, oh, that guy must be a drum teacher because he's dressed like one. Fingers with it the whole time. Except when I bounce like that, now there has to be a little bit of space for it to jiggle around and held at one space. And not coming out too far, but just enough.
Yeah.
Efficiency of motion, just enough. Okay, and stick diddles. Which can better be. Oh, be able to do this too. Now that's, and then you can do the reverse doubles, the inverted doubles. And then you can do that left hand lead. And then you can also do triplets. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Left, ambidexterity should just be put into the scaffolding of threes, because then you'll be forced to alternate leads and flex your left side just as much as your right. In fact, I even have a pedagogical theory, teaching theory that in the drumming world, that if I just skipped twos and went straight to threes, instead of teaching kids 1 2 1 2 1 2, to just skip right to threes. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So now they're taken immediately into a symmetrical world, whereas this and then just right left right left right left is an asymmetrical scaffolding of thinking. Word.
Yeah.
Who are you going to teach this to this week?
Probably one of the snare players from last year.
And that person's name is?
Albert.
Teach that to Albert.
Okay. I'm also going to tell Leslie that we need to go beat up trash cans.
Yes.